What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Well, in today's video, we are going over just Bitcoin in general and observing the entire crypto market as a very, very important, crucial move is about to happen. And you guys do not understand the magnitude of this, so let me go ahead and show you what we're looking at and what this can mean for the next couple weeks, possibly the next few months for crypto in itself. So one thing we can see happening at this point is that as we did go ahead and see Bitcoin starting to set some more macro lows towards the low 30s, the kind of this $30,000 to $32,000 range, we started to work our way back up towards the downward sloping level of resistance in which we have been attempting to clear for the last 3 months. Now, of course, while we are under this level in a confirmed downtrend, we are just steady seeing the price getting pummeled. And every time we would retest this level, we would come back and that would lead to the eventual crash of possibly up to 15 to even 20% from that peak. And what we can see happening right now is an area of consolidation as we do approach that trend line that could entail that we are looking to finally see that breakout, or it could mean that we are about to see another large capitulation event back towards the downside, which could look at us retesting that 30,000-ish area, and which would maybe even put us at some of our equivalent lows as to what we saw last summer. So let's kind of zoom in a little bit. This is going to happen fast. I am under the belief that this is going to happen within the next 48 hours, and I wanted you guys to be extremely aware of what is going on, okay? So one thing that's happening at this point is that we did see this move all the way back from up around 38,600 all the way back towards 36,000. Now, in the last video I told you guys to be aware of this level. What we did was we drew a Fibonacci from this macro low here all the way back up to the swing high. And I said, be aware of this 618 to 786 box. I said, if we come back down, there's a strong chance that we can find support here and use that to set the new high to come back up and retest this trend line. And what do you know? We retest the 618, 786 box, establish that level of support, and now set the new high. And now it's starting to get interesting. And so what we need to be paying very close attention to right now is this range in which we've set on the 4-hour charts. We can see that we currently have a range sitting in between $38,650 and $38,400. We've been wicking above it, we've been wicking below it on the 4-hour charts, but all of our closes have been remaining within this level realistically all day long. And I am under the belief that the break of this level is going to be extremely important for where we can expect this thing to go in the short term and possibly even the midterm. So what you should be paying attention to at this exact moment is, are we going to see the 4-hour closes sitting back above $38,000, say $700, or does it wick down below, break down below, and get closes below $38,400? Let's talk about both scenarios, what they mean, what we're looking for, and how do we play it. So what I'm looking for right now is that if we are able to see this break, we need to make the move back up to the trend line, and we have to break this trend line, okay? I will not be buying, I will not be entering again into, any more long positions, and I will not be doing any accumulating until we break the trend and hold the trend, okay? Because do remember, we saw something similar just back here in which we started to approach it, we were doing good, we got up to it, we felt it, we saw massive capitulation, okay? And so what's extremely important is that if we are going to approach it, we absolutely must break and hold on the 4-hour charts, and from there many long positions from my side will be getting started. So although we may see this break to the upside here, do not get faked out and put into some huge bull trap here in which people start going long off of the big green candle, because it very strongly could see that larger crash and correction to the downside, similar to what we saw here, similar to what we saw back here, and even similar to what we saw back before the large correction back in December. So be very vigilant that if we see the breaking and we start to see this thing closing the 4-hour candles back up towards $38,700, that this descending level of resistance is what is more important, and do not get fooled by a bull trap, okay? Because right now we are doing fantastic. We saw the break, the holding of support on that key Fibonacci. We cleared it. We have now gone back up past our previous local high. We have established this rejective high as local support, and this local support very possibly could be enough to push us back to the upside. Do pay attention to the fact that we are not seeing bearish divergence to the top side. We're seeing highs, we're seeing some higher highs, we're seeing highs, higher highs. This high back here is just a tad higher than where we are now. This high back here, just a tad higher than where we are now. So we are not seeing any divergences that will not allow us on the shorter time frames to see that move to the upside. It is just now up to Bitcoin to make it happen. Now, in the event in which we see a break to the downside, it is going to firstly be identified by a move under $38,400 and a close down there on the 4-hour charts. Now, if that happens, it is extremely likely that we are going to come back to 37,620 to 37,198, 37,200, okay? This Fibonacci 618 to 786 box is the level that needs to hold. And so even if we do start to fall, it's totally okay because we very possibly could find some support here and continue back to the upside, similarly to what we saw back here, right? In which we saw swing low to swing high, we came back, we fell to the downside, established support, continuation to the upside. So we very possibly can hold support here, but we need to hold it. In the event in which we do lose 37,200, expect a retest back down to our range lows at 36,657. And if we lose this level, I actually will maybe take on a short, possibly minorly leveraged position back to the downside. From here, just back to our next local lows to pick up a few percentages of a gain there, of course, but that is totally speculative, just depending on what we see happen here. So right now, again, pay attention to this interaction. If we are able to open and go, open up here, boom, we break out, back up above the trend, and we start to see these levels holding, that may be the first sign that this macro downtrend in which we've been in may finally be coming to a close, and we might have finally factored in all of the macro negative bullish effects of the environment right now. But if we start to struggle here, and we start to roll, boom, and we start to see the price rolling, we do need to start looking for some of these lower support levels to hold us and bounce us back up, because if not, there is a chance we see similar results as to what we saw here and here, back here, and even possibly what we saw back here. So this is a massive, massive, massive moment for the market, and this is going to be super important for where we see the price going, maybe for the next days, but probably for the next few weeks. So do keep an eye on that. All of our other indicators say that this is extremely possible. Looking at the daily RSI, you guys know that we did visit that oversold territory. We saw those macro lows that we've seen historically that have led us to see some of these bigger bounces, and now it's up to Bitcoin to make that move back to the top side. So keep a very close eye on this. I will update you guys in the morning on what is going on and how it is going. So of course, do not miss that video, simply, very simply, by subscribing to the channel, turning on notifications so you're one of the first ones to be updated when one of these moves does happen, how we can take advantage of it, and the trades that'll come with that. So of course, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video, and if you did, you can always let me know simply by smashing that like button, and I will see you all next time. Peace.